Yeah. Have you watched is it recently movie?
Was not his recently. I watched other movies. I watched the Lady from the Netflix.
No, the main one, Kumar.
Okay, for Akshay Kumar, I watched his Kesari movie.
Keshri.
Yes.
What is it about?
Kesari is a battle between two armies, the Sikh regiment, 36 regiment, and the Afghan people. The battle of so I am not able to remember the name of that battle, but it's about the battle.
Okay. Uh, Tell me one thing that being in a CAPF, how will you conserve environment?
So there are multiple ways I can conserve the environment. Wherever I be posted, I try to plant number of trees there. Also, I can learn about the communities from there. For example, if I am an assistant commander in CRPF, if I'm being posted in a Naxalite area, I can learn from the tribal people, their way of living, their understanding of the nature, and I can implement their understanding in my own company. So in this way, I can conserve the environment. And also about resource optimization. Environment, there is a need of resource optimization. So whenever I'm an assistant commander in a company, I try to optimize my resources so can and use that resources efficiently and effectively. So in this way, I can use environment.
As your father is teacher in government history.
So it's not a government school, there is a government aided private school.
Government?
Government aided
Aided private. Okay. So, what are the issues the teaching education department in Maharashtra?
So the primary issue is lot of work other than teaching. Secondly, the infrastructure part in the rural area, or particularly in the tribal area in the where I live in the Raigad district. Lack of infrastructure, small like unavailability of bathroom, sanitation problem for girls. Then about the financial funds as well. We can see the number of modern technology in urban area, but not present in a rural area. So that is the third part. And also, there is a lack of motivation among the children because of their parents. They are not educated, particularly in my area, the tribal, but they want their child to be start working as early as possible. So,
As you mentioned that there is an issue of the sanitation, the bathroom and all of it in the school.
yes.
All the people that area complain about this things to the bureaucrats of that area.
Yes, sir, they complain. Many of them complain, and work is also going on. Number of education non-governmental organizations, that NGO, they are taking part, and also government is implementing number of schemes to improve the infrastructure part. But it requires, in my opinion, a period of time.
What is solar waste?
Sir, solar waste, it is a waste created because of a solar panel. The solar panels, they get what we can say as a destroyed, or there is some kind of irregularities. It can go into the solar waste. So I have limited knowledge about the solar waste.
Can you name the neighboring country of Israel?
So Israel is founded on in the north side of by Syria. Then on the west side, there is a Jordan. On the south side, the Gaza border, and then you are connecting with Egypt also. So Israel, Jordan, and Egypt, and Gaza, that is the Palestinians. These are
And
neighboring.
the east side? East side?
Sorry, the east side is a Mediterranean.
Have you undergone with any traumatical situation?
Sir, yes, sir. During the COVID, I got infected with COVID and I was hospitalized for 6 months. So it was a tough time for me. So yes, it is some kind of a trauma for me and my family.
Recently, we have seen that the vaccine, COVID vaccine, is causing some symptoms of the disease or heart issues. What is your take on that?
It is any vaccine or any medicine, they are not foolproof. There may be some kind of side effects, but uh, government or all the other stakeholders, they need to be give information that it is not for everyone and it is very rare
But
case.
during the time of COVID, don't you think that it is not that time or that the situation is not good to research the things very differently and good? And many people are in the first hand blaming the government for this kind of things. Do you think that, yeah, it is good to blame the government or it is right to blame the company? What do you think about that?
In my opinion, I don't think blaming on government as well as on company is a right decision or a good decision because the conditions were different at the time of the COVID. The need of that time is to provide the vaccine and to curb the transmission of a COVID disease. Uh, in a short span, we developed the COVID vaccine. There may be some kind of side effect definitely, but if we compare that condition, I don't think blaming would be the right decision.
By the same thing, if we look to the Ramdev case, he is in the charge of the selling the medicines. Why he is being charged for that?
So, when we compare about the Ramdev's case and the vaccine of Covishield case, in the Covishield there is an extensive research happened. Number of countries they accepted the reliability and accuracy of Covishield, but in the Ramdev Baba case, it is not. There was a lacunas and he gave number of advertisement of foolproof strategy to stop the COVID. So that's why Supreme Court in a recent judgment they criticized the Ramdev Baba and asked to approve.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Akshay, you are from Raigad, Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
So what is famous in Raigad?
So Raigad is famous for its number of forts. Raigad Fort, that is the capital of Maharashtra, Maratha Empire during the medieval time. Also, Raigad is a coastal district, so it is famous for number of beaches also. And when we talk about the cuisines, fish and rice, these are two staple foods in Raigad.
Okay. When you see the western coast of India and eastern coast of India, you see that the western coast has more docks on it than the eastern coast. Why is that?
So, because of the geographical nature, the western coast it is a submerged coast, whereas the eastern coast is an emergent coast. And for nature of a submerged coast, they provide a number of opportunity to build ports, docks, etc. It is not happening in a where there is a emergent type of coast because ship can't enter deep inside to the planet.
Okay. We see that rivers also make estuaries on the western side and not on the eastern side. Why is that?
So, mostly because the length of river is a shorter in the western side. Western river they are more shorter and also they are flowing in a rift valley. So the amount of sediment they carry is comparatively lower than the eastern river. And the length of eastern river is much more. That's why they are carrying the more sediments.
Okay. You like to watch movies and web series. So, what recent movies have you watched? Any recent movie?
So I recently watched Lakota Days.
What is the theme of that movie?
It talks about the woman empowerment, the rural nature of our society, the method of that method that women use still in a rural.
Okay. from history, who was the pioneer of social revolution, or especially for women in Maharashtra?
Sir, in Maharashtra, the pioneer is Mahatma Jyotiba Phule and his wife Savitribai Phule. Both they started the first school for women. So they were considered as a pioneer of women education.
From Maharashtra or Maratha region, we have seen very bhakti saints also. Can you name some?
Sir, Sant Dhaneshwar, Sant Tukaram Maharaj, Sant Eknath Maharaj, Sant Sautha Maharaj, and Sant Namdev Maharaj. These are some of the saints.
Uh, is it feasible to make smaller states and from the bigger states? And is it the only option for the development of the regions which are not being developed?
So I wouldn't say that it is the only solution. It depends upon number of parameters. On particular case-to-case basis, we can decide whether we can divide a larger state into the smaller state or not. In case of Maharashtra, I don't think it is a proper solution or it is a right solution to divide Maharashtra.
Okay, but in the case of Uttar Pradesh,
Uttar Pradesh is quite large, and previously it is divided in Uttarakhand region, and that at that time the criteria is given about the climatic conditions and the need of the people are different. So yes, sir, it can be divided, but as at this point, sir, I'm not have a clear idea about the Uttar Pradesh governance and the need of the Uttar Pradesh people. But definitely after this.
okay. During COVID, it has been highlighted that the health infrastructure of India was paralyzed, and there were severe lacunas in the health infrastructure. What is the condition post-COVID?
So, post-COVID, the condition is quite improved. We started a number of digital initiatives such as the COVID platform. After that, government also has that national health policy. Way back in 2017, but we focus more on that. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to remember a first specific initiative taken by.
So, but these are the policies. I'm talking about the health infrastructure. Like we have number of beds in hospitals also. Okay. In your order of preferences, you have mentioned CISF as your first preference. Okay. Why CISF and not any other service?
Sir, while giving the preferences, I have categorized these five courses into two categories based on the all India nature of the courses, and secondly, my personality. As I am the main social person, I like to talk, interact with public. That's why CISF goes in the all India course as well as it suits my personality. So these two reasons I kept in my mind while giving the CISF as my personality.
Okay, my last question to you is: can you name the motto of CISF?
So motto of a CISF is a security and protection.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks.
Okay. You are an environment student.
Sir, actually, I'm a engineer, mechanical engineer. After that, I studied the post-graduation level diploma in environment.
An environment. Under the Paris Agreement, there is an target of achieving 2 degrees Celsius. And do you think that target is achievable or not?
Sir, there are, as per the reports by IPCC, we are certainly lagging behind achieving the target. But in my opinion, my personal view is that I am optimistic about achieving the that below the 2 degrees Celsius target, and definitely with number of initiative and global cooperation, we can achieve that target.
Okay. Are you aware about how much temperature on an average has increased when we compare from the pre-industrial level?
Sir, I read it in the recently IPCC report 6. It mentioned about 1.1 to 1.2 degrees Celsius increase as compared to the pre-industrial.
Okay. What if we are not able to achieve 2 degrees Celsius of limiting temperature?
So there are multiple adverse impact on the environment, on the human health, as well as on the health of a ocean also. And it will be a disaster. And also our future generation, they definitely criticize us because we are not stopping the conditions.
Okay. When we look at the financing mechanism, how the financing mechanism under Kyoto Protocol different from the financing mechanism under Paris Agreement?
So under the Kyoto Protocol, we divided the country into the three categories: developed country, again developed country into two categories. In the financial mechanism, there was a clause about specific amount, but in the Paris Agreement, there is a $100 billion that need to be transferred to developing and underdeveloped countries every year by 2020. But
Was the target under Paris or an adaptation fund? 100 million target.
sorry, sir, I have to look at this.
Okay. What is the meaning of unabated coal?
Unabated.
Coal.
Sorry, sir, I have to look at this.
Okay. In your opinion, what are the major objective or the goal under COP28?
In the COP28, whatever we decided under the Paris Agreement, our nationally determined contributions, they need to be fulfilled. And there was actually loss and damage fund that operationalized in the COP28. And apart from this, sir, I have to look more detail.
Okay. When we look at the climate agreements, Montreal Protocol is one such agreement which is considered to be successful. But other environment agreement has not achieved that much of success. What are the reasons behind it?
Sir, I don't know the exact reason, but with your permission, I would like to guess. Sir, in the Montreal Protocol, we curved the ozone depleting substances, and there are number of other options are available for both developed as well as the developing countries. So, and it is easy for the countries to adopt the new substances instead of that ozone depleting substance. But for the other agreement, there is no alternative. So that might be a reason that other parts are not that much successful as compared to Montreal.
But why we need Kigali Agreement after Montreal Protocols?
In Kigali Agreement, we stopped the production of olefins, that hydrofluoroolefins, which is not a ozone depleting substance, but it has a high global warming potential, and it definitely have adverse impact on climate change. That's why we thought that we did Kigali Agreement.
Okay. Coming to Indira Gandhi, and she was very controversial leader. And when we look at the emergency decision, was that decision justifiable?
Certainly, in my opinion, sir, it is not justifiable. In my opinion, it was a mistake by that government.
But do you understand why the term elected authoritarianism?
When a person is elected by a democratic process and it has concentrated the more number of power, and he behave like a autocratic leader, some kind of autocratic leader, it is called as a authoritarian leadership.
Okay. When we compare the approach of Jyotiba Phule with respect to Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar for elevating the level of Dalit or the poor people, how their approach were different from each other?
So actually, they are based on a more or less on a similar approach, because Bhimrao Ambedkar, he said that Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, he was my guru, So, but the works of Ambedkar, it is on a broader level. It is on a national level. Whereas the Mahatma Jyotiba Phule's work, this at that time it is more restricted to the Maharashtra state. They focus on Pune and other regions part. Whereas Bhimrao Ambedkar, he is a much more a national leader as compared to.
Okay. Why farmer suicide are more observed in Maharashtra compared to other states?
So the primary reason is lack of alternative employment. Much more focus on only a farming activity. Secondly, the lack of remunerative prices also. Uh, and third, about the number of social, for example, there is a alcoholism problem, there is a dowry problem. So there is a more number of debts. So this kind of incident uh, has promoted the suicides in the Maharashtra.
Okay, my last questions. When we look at the Maratha Empire, it was considered as an alternative to Mughal,
Right? So,
but that goal was not achieved by Maratha Empire. What were the shortcomings of Maratha Empire?
so the primary shortcoming of Maratha Empire is the disunity among the leaders. Secondly, there is an internal disputes between a number of feudatories in Maratha Empire, and the lack of vision, I would say, that given by our Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, it is not present in the subsequent leaders. Because of that, we were not able to form an alternative to Mughal Empire.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.